Hello and welcome to the stream. This is part 17 of our ongoing journey to finish up Might and Magic 2 on the Mac. I'm afraid I still have a bit of a cold and a sore throat, so if my voice is breaking up, I'm sorry. I'll try not to cough directly into the mic. But without further ado, let's enlarge the game window here. In the last stream we managed to eventually finish the Archer's class quest by simply hacking at the Archer in the quest with melee attacks and using slow healing spells, and got that completed. So now the only members of the party that have not finished their class quests are the Clerics and the Sorcerer. Now we know how to finish up the Clerics quest. We've attempted it multiple times and given up. I think we've tried it 3 times already, and I've been waiting now to level up the Clerics to level 17 so that we can use the Holy Word spell, and we are finally there. Tuck has reached level 17, so he now has a spell level of 9. So if he's finally able to cast that particular spell, Big Bouteille is not quite there. He's about 500,000 short or so. But the plan right now is to leave everyone behind except for Tuck, Big Bouteille, and the robber Pink Panther, and go back to Corak's cave once again. And one thing we can potentially do as well here is we can make a short run over to the 4th town, and we can buy some healing spells so that the robber can heal the clerics from light wounds. Won't give them back a lot of hit points, but it will, however, restore them from an unconscious state and make them able to cast spells. So that's potentially enough. So we will buy as many of these herbal patches as we can fit. On the robber, the clerics can easily cast their own healing spells and don't need any of them, so we don't need to worry about that. And we will then go back to Middlegate and save the game before going on the outside to Corak's cave. Now we already fought the barrel with the ghosts to retrieve Corak's soul. We managed to complete that on the last attempt at this quest, but weren't able to successfully end the final battle inside the cave. But we've leveled some 3 levels since then, so hopefully we are there. We've already finished the triple crown battles, the green, yellow, red, and black triple crown. So all that remains to get hearing with Queen Lamata in the palace is to finish up the class quests, of which this is one, and the other one is the Sorcerer's class quest. We still haven't attempted that, but we are if we successfully finish this one off, that might be the next thing that we try. We would need to go find a higher link sorcerer to bring another sorcerer with the party, and equip her with some decent defenses and make a run at that particular quest. We might have to visit the castles in that area beforehand and finish them up to find the correct locations that we need to go to. So it's likely that it's very likely that we would simply attempt that with the full party and then return at a later stage. These obviously can't be beaten in a melee battle. We'll simply try this again. We have plenty of spells to cast. But there is a battle on the way to the door, and there is a battle once you reach inside the door. You can't get away from this one. You always have to finish this zombie skeleton battle here, which is fairly easy. Then there's the battle inside the door, which is also fairly easy if you use the spells. I perhaps got a little bit cocky and thought we could just finish it using the additional weapons. And following that, there is a third difficulty battle, which features even tougher enemies, which we were able to complete last time. And then eventually, after we talked to our helper and have him prepare Corak's soul, we have the fourth and final battle inside the room, and that is generally where we've had a tough time. Now we seem to be unable to cast the spell here. Which reason I don't know, but we can use other combat spells. So we have plenty of other ways of causing damage to the Night Stalker. And we emerge victorious here. Now, how many fights we have to have after this depends on which way we go. We can go this way here and finish off another battle that is precisely the same as the battle we had at the door. And then go straight for our little helper who's waiting for us in the corner.
I'm getting laughs.
Yeah.
Maybe I should host the show.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Cola. Thank you for the host, dude. Welcome to the stream. I have been waiting for you. Proceed to the hero's tomb. I have lowered the barriers for you. Things are going, we just started, but the first thing we are going to attempt today is to finish up the Clerics quest. And this is now the, I think that at least the fourth time I've attempted this particular quest, but we are better prepared than perhaps we have been in the past. We have now leveled the cleric up to level 17, so we have all 9 spell levels available. And I think we're ready to finally tackle this one. Now, at this point, we've completed all the battles that we need to be able to enter through the barrier here. And the only thing remaining now is to finish the last fight, which is here in the final square of this particular map, with these Crypt Fiends here. And I'm hoping that we stand a chance now against them. Yeah, it's been a while. This is stream number 18, and every single one has been at least 3 hours, so you can do the math. It's been like 48 hours of this game so far, and we're not nearly done yet. But we are getting there, slowly but surely. Now, this is our best friend, the Holy Word spell, and I was correct in the sense that we would just need this one spell. We finish all of them off and receive 213,333 experience points, which is like half a level. You reunite Corak's soul with his entombed body, and he rises before you. Thank you for freeing me. Go to Mount Fairview to gain your reward. Also, I have advice for you. All encasement spells are 1 square away and 1 square over from the most distant corner of each elemental plane. Okay, I'll write this down. We will eventually need all of these spells to finish the game. Now, all encasement spells are 1 square away and 1 square over from the most distant corner of each elemental plane. Okay. It basically tells us how to find these spells. It's very good news. And we'll cast a lasting light spell here so that we can see what we're doing. And search for treasure. We found a decent amount of treasure. And 15 gems, as well as a shield. So we are done with this room here. I will rest and recuperate. And it's very good to be finally done with this particular task. We've tried our hand now at least 4 times, and we did manage on the last attempt to actually free Corak's soul. So that was one of the things that we needed to be able to complete this. I will now go back and save our progress, and we will then return and finish off the hidden areas here in the cave. It's not necessary for us to complete them right now, but it's more necessary to actually go back to town, fetch the rest of the crew, and head over to Mount Fairview to get our reward. We will receive 5 million experience points for completing the quest, so we will be able to level probably both of the clerics up to level 21, which is where the rest of the party is, except for the Sorcerer, which we still haven't finished leveling up because we need to finish the Sorcerer's class quest. I will reorder the party here and put the right people in front. Next in line is Sir Hiram, then the Archer is next, then the Cleric, then the Thief, then the Secondary Cleric, and finally the Sorcerer. This is the order that we've been using. And we will then go level up. We need to go visit the Juror first. Let's go do that first. They are just next door, sitting here on a stone. And I will read this again. A plaque left by the jurors of Mount Fairview reads, for each character class, a test of true standing must be completed. If you have already completed the test, your reward is 5 million experience points and recognition in the form of a plus. Classes must go alone without the rest of the party or in the company of robbers who must aid at least one class to earn their mark. Knights must defeat the Dread Knight of Jouster's Way. We've completed this. Paladins must defeat the Frost Dragon who resides in the dungeon beneath the Forbidden Forest. We've also completed this. Archers must stop Baron Wilfrey from terrorizing Falcon Forest, which we've done. Clerics have to reunite the soul of mighty Corak with his body, which we've done. And sorcerers must release both the good and the evil wizards from the Isle of the Ancients, which we have not done yet. And then there are 2 additional quests for the ninjas and the barbarians, but we have neither a ninja or a barbarian in the party, so we will not be attending them unless we get bored at some later stage in the game. So now we should be able to go back and level up. Yes, level 18, level 19, level 20, level 21, and we need 135,000 to reach level 22. And Big Boutte, level 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and we need 600,000 for level 22. So now every character in the party except for the Sorcerer is at level 21, and we now have a fairly decent amount of hit points. Not to mention pretty good combat skills, as well as better defenses against the various magical elements in the game. So the question now remains, I will look at our notes here. We already found what it is that we need to do, and go check out the Isle of the Ancients and take a look at these castles there. I have a feeling I know where it is. Here, let's head over. I'm sorry if my voice is breaking up. I have a bit of a cold. I have a feeling that it's right here. And I'm going to finish off these druids and cast the Work on Water spell and walk over here. I have a nagging feeling that this happens to be the Isle of the Ancients, the good zone and the evil zone. On heavy wooden doors of an old fortress is scrawled, "Sorcerers only, enter." Yes, you are repelled. Okay, so basically you are not able to enter into the castle without being alone or with a robber. So we now need to go find a decent hireling sorcerer, and we also need to go find an item that we can use to walk on water, because we have to figure out some way of getting to this island. We could also potentially just use a teleport spell. Perhaps that is simpler. Teleport directly over. I'm fairly sure there are no sorcerers here in the Middlegate Inn. This is a ninja. This is the secondary archer, and this is the archer that we leveled up with our own archer. I will check the second town next. Let's see, where are we in town? We are here, okay. Inn is over here. Firefly is a cleric, and Dark Mage is obviously a sorcerer. She's at level 9, okay. I will go and check whether we can do better than that. It's probably pretty weak. Who is here? Cleopatra is here. She's an archer. Gertrude the barbarian is here. Ratfink the robber is here. Sir Kill the knight is here, but also not of interest to us at this point in the game. So we will go to the fourth town and check that out next. Thunder is a barbarian, Ariel is a sorcerer, she's level 3, so she won't be useful to us. That leaves one additional town now that we will visit, town of Atlantium, the last town in the game. Who's here? Drogue is here, he's a barbarian, okay. So the strongest sorcerer I have is the level 9 sorcerer, and that will have to do for now. I will go back this way. I forget where she was. Whether she was in Thunder or here. She was obviously she was obviously not here, so I will head over to Zanzibar. Check where I am here. Dark Mage, she's the one we want, so I will leave the secondary cleric here and pick her up instead, and bring her over to Middlegate. We will, as we've done on all of these quests, do a little swapping of items. See what we can do about equipping her up. Perhaps it's better to, for that purpose, to leave the knight behind rather than the cleric. Leave the knight here and take the cleric with me. The cleric is, we are using his backpack to store various weapons and items that the other characters have not been able to use, so it's a good idea to bring him with us. So we are back in Middlegate. We will take a quick gander here at the inventory. She obviously has nothing, so have to wonder how we can equip her. Sorcerer is fairly limited in the amount of armor that she can actually wear. It's it's basically the padded armor, and I think that's basically it. I think that's basically the only armor that she can wear. So that is very limited. So what we really need here is a fairly high level padded armor. I was going to take a quick gander here, see if any of the party members had strong padded armor. Particularly the spell just has a regular one. I will leave the rest of the party here shortly. I will remove some of the defensive rings. Now, Magic of the Spell has 2 of the emerald rings, and I'll remove this one from the cleric, and these 2 from the archer, and this one from the paladin. She's going to need a lot of armor because she's very badly protected. We will also find her a regular armor and equip her with some sort of weapon. She has an armor class of 63 now, a far higher armor class than Magic of the Spell has. We'll go see what we can do about some sort of additional armor. Leave the rest of the party here. Check with the blacksmiths in each town, see what's actually on offer. This is the tavern. The blacksmith is up here. Does not have anything for her. So we will go to the third town, see what's on offer. For some reason I keep getting lost in this town. It's the only town in the game that I've consistently been lost in. Something about the layout. Now there's nothing here for her either. But I will check the 4th town and the 5th town as well to see if we find something of value. Here we have a padded armor +1. That is probably the best we can do. We'll buy 2 of them, one for Magicka, the other one for the Sorcerer. Sell this one. Okay, 66 and 36, and we are using a lot of slots for she has a blowpipe and she has a staff, and she has a storm wand which increases her intellect, which is also something that we need for her to have more spell points. Now the weapons we can buy here, basically a dagger +4, which I think we will purchase for both of them. The regular staff has a +8. So this is a very similar weapon. We might as well just equip it here, and we have some sort of weapon. We're probably going to need it. The staff +1 is very similar. I could just sell this again. And what I will then do is I will buy some of the herbal patches as well. Sell off these items here, and I will purchase the herbal patches, which are basic healing items. And we can at least use them to do some minor repairs on the characters. I will give some of them over to the other sorcerer as well, so we can also use her to heal the rest of the party. These have helped us quite a bit in the past. And, although they only restore some 15 hit points, they are still useful. Even being able to restore the 15 hit points is the difference between being able to cast a combat spell and not being able to do anything. So now we're back in Middlegate and we are mostly ready to go. I will place the thief at the front. He has by far the most hit points. Magicka has around the 100 mark and an armor class of 36, whereas the Hireling Mage has about half that, but a much higher armor class, so should be able to keep her going a little bit longer. The emerald rings, which are only found by entering into a battle with the snow beast in Tundra, are a limited resource. I tried last night to see if I could get some more of them, and that is not possible, so we have 8 and that's basically the limit. We won't get any more of them. I would probably need to jump 7 here instead of 6. We end up here on the island. I will rest to recuperate, and we will attempt this. Now it's dark in here. Let's see where we are. Now there's a message here on the wall, which is of course in the typical style of this game, highly cryptic. And it says, all that are even are less but odd, all that are odd become more odd. This might make sense to us at some later point. I have some instructions. About exactly where this potentially is that we received, that we found on a wall in a dungeon, which said that the evil wizard Ipmug is left 23, right 46. The good wizard Jakob is left 64, right 32. Now, it's unsure to me exactly what these numbers mean, but I have a feeling we're in for some sort of teleport adventure here. And rotation-based puzzles or spells, which will make it very hard for us to be able to reach our destination here. And I have no idea whether we are at a level high enough to actually be able to complete this or not. We will find out shortly enough. Now this room is marked Despair. It's not one, just a door, just the wall. Okay. And we will explore it anyway. We will map this all out. Now that was obviously a lie. It is. Let's see what we can do here. We have the disintegration spell. We can use that on the Iron Wizard. And potentially the Fingers of Death spell as well. So the game light, it was definitely not door number 2. The fight was behind door number. This one says it is one. Okay. There are 4 doors, so some of these tricksters here, they are annoying. They stole all of our gems here, which is in this particular fight extremely difficult, because we need the gems to be able to fight these battles. Let's see, we still have the lightning bolt here, but we have no gems. Okay. See if we find them. No, we don't. All we can do is share the ones that we have, leaving us with 122 gems. See what happens later on. There's a battle here behind seemingly every door, and now the other mage is dead. I will cast a power shield, and that should help us a little bit, but not by much, and so this is not a good door. I will go back, and we will not do these fights behind the door. Pay heed to what it says. Okay, this is basically a clue then that if we find an even number, it is less by 1 then. So if the number is 2, then it's probably the number 1. But the odd numbers become more odd, which is probably that means that if it's the number 1, it should become the number 3. Or perhaps they become even, we'll see. In any case, it's all a lie. There's also something which I'm going to check out here. I can't cast a teleport spell. Okay. I wonder if we can... there's a large block here, seemingly hidden. I wonder what's to be found there and how we can access it. Maybe we can't. I will try anyway. Check out all of these walls for a hidden entrance to this fairly large area. Can't be accessed from there, so it probably can't be accessed at some point later in this maze. No. It's not 1. Well, that's a lie. And that makes sense given the all that are even are less but odd. So if it's not 1, then it's 2, and if it is 2, then it is 1, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Okay, it's not 1, and then it's supposedly 2, but if it's even, then it's less but odd, then it's store 1. This one is free of any encounters. I will ran into this one. This one is not nearly as difficult, thankfully, as the other one. 3 of these paladins here were dead anyway. I must remember not to run in front of the door. It's a habit to try to map every square, but in this particular quest we probably can't, and we will have to return at some later point when we have a far more powerful mage to map the rest of the squares. Or we could potentially do it by going there and running away and then returning if we really want to do it. Well, I will try to remember not to do this so that we don't instantly die here. Have to run up this endless corridor here once more. Now we know that it's 1, and we know that we can't step there. This one says it is 1, and all that are odd become more odd, so then it's 3, and that is correct. There is no encounter here. There is then an encounter in front of every other door. It's larger than 1, but less than a crowd. 3 is a crowd, so it is then 2. And if it's even, then it's less but odd, and that means that it's 1. And that is correct. Octal is the one. That is 8, and if it's even, then it's less but odd, so it's 7. That was not correct. That was not correct. This is a difficult fight here, and it's difficult for us to recover from it as well, because we don't really have any healing for diseases or anything like this. So it's obviously not. It was obviously not 7. Let's see. Let's try this again here. This one you know is 1. And this one was 3. This one was larger than 1 but less than a crowd, which meant it was 2, which means that it's 1. And this one said Octal is the 1. Ah, yes, okay, this is a trick, so... That probably means that door number 8 is door number 1. And what then happens? If it were door number 1, we would use door number 6. No, that is not correct. We'll see if we can knock these down. They are easier than the ones that we've fought so far. Yes. We managed to knock them down. Let's rest here. Was not correct, but perhaps correct enough. Let's see what this clue says here. The largest prime. Seven is a prime. 8, 9, and 10 are not, so it's 8. And all that are even are less but odd, so it should be 7. But maybe it is possible that these are actual clues and they don't follow the same logic as the other ones. It's not great that we're cursed right now. Means that we are unable to cast spells. Let's we won anyway, but let's commit suicide here and go back. I will assume that the first hints are not relevant to the later doors, and that we should have simply used door number 8 and door number 7. We'll see in a bit. I'll try it. This one is 1, and this one was 3. This one was 2, so it's 1. Octal is the 1. That is not correct either. So I will go back and check if it's actually door number 1. It is door number 1, so Octal is the 1. Okay, and that leaves this clue here, the largest prime, which is definitely 7. 7 is definitely the largest prime. And all that are odd become more odd, so it should be 9. If that is true, and that is the case, okay. Okay, we simply solved this wrong. Biggest is the best. So 12 then it would be, which would mean that 11 is correct. And we are faced then with a battle with these castle guards. 12 guards here is difficult. I will cast the power shield to start with. But I assume this is still the easiest possible battle that we could have gotten here. Because with 2 powerful mages this is not really a problem. It barely made a dent in us. We couldn't find what it is that they're hiding here. I will drop one of these patches here to see what we gained here. Some sort of item. Let's see. Let's have some light. Now there are so many doors here, and we definitely do not want to step into the path of the next door. I'm wondering if we can cast a jump spell here. Yes, we can. Okay, so the correct door here is the last one. So it is simply the largest one that is the best. Okay, we find ourselves in a corridor that probably leads the way all the way over here. I will check the walls for any clues. We cannot map any of the other areas because that would mean stepping into the fights, which we don't want to do. This is basically a corridor that goes all the way around the maze from both sides. As we can see now, if we take a look at the map, we've basically gone all the way here and all the way up here. And we're about to enter a much larger open area here. This door is unmarked, and so is this one. We have no idea what they hold. This is indeed what you would call a maze. Now, there are 3 doors here, and the only thing that is in the other one that we didn't look at earlier is a single room with a... Okay, this is a clue. The lettered doors should be read in reverse. Okay. I have no idea what that means at this point, but it's a puzzle. We will probably figure it out. A, B, and C. And do you see the light? Said the wall. You see the light that is by this door here, so that's still not the correct door. So I managed to run away instead of going into an encounter that we can't win. I will attempt this again. Which one was it here? It's 1 again. This one is 1. This one was the largest prime, it's here. Biggest is best, this was the last one. So we've made it back here. Now, do we see the light? Yes, we do see the light. There's a light here. There's a light here. There is no other clue to be found. This is also an encounter. So behind both B and C there is an encounter, which means that the correct door is A. Forget how this works. Oh, okay, the first one is an A because we've tried every one of the other doors. I have no idea why it's A. And the hint said they should be read in reverse, so does that then mean that E is the next one? No, that does not mean that E is the next one at all. Let's see if we can actually get rid of these assassins here. It's entirely possible. We are certainly not without the ability to cast spells, so it's still difficult. This is where the herbal patches come in handy so that we can revive the other party members and use them to cast spells. If we didn't have them, we would probably be dead at exactly this point and not be able to cast a disintegration spell, so we defeat the monsters here. Let's see. It was not E. So we need to figure out these hints here. It was not E, and are they read in reverse? So it's B. No, it's not B either. Let's see. I will write down the sequence here. It's 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. 9. 12. So it's 1, 3, 1, 1, 9, 12. That is the sequence of numbers to get here. I'm wondering if by saying you should read it in reverse, they are talking about the previous sequences that we already tried. It's possible, but perhaps not. Here we know that it's A. It's the one that A is the one that does not have anything behind it, and we already tried E, and it's not E, and it's not B. So it's tempting now to try C, which is then correct. So it's A and C. How many doors are there here? G, F, and E. Vowels are winners. It's not E. I wonder how that relates to the puzzle that we already had. So at least I've entered this, so it's 1, 3, 1, 1, 9, 12. The lettered doors should be read in reverse. Let's see if we find some common sense to this. We know for a fact that it is in fact A here, and the only clue that we have is, do you see the light? The light is by C, so if we were to read them in reverse order, then C would then be 1. And all that are odd become more odd, so that would mean that we would have to use door 3, and if it's reversed then it would be A. So that fits. So that would be A. That was a huge mistake. I was not. I didn't mean to do that. That was by accident. Let's see if we can actually get away from this fight here without being turned to stone. Yes, we actually managed to do that by sheer dumb luck. I forgot for a while that we can't step into these locations here, but we survived, we got lucky. Just going to check here. Do you see the light? It says And the light is where now? Now there is only one light and it is here. So you would assume that this would be door D then, which in red in reverse would be 2. So if it's 2, then it's less but odd. So it should then be E. Which is correct. Okay. This one says that vowels are winners. So we guessed that right before. This is definitely E. And red reversed, this would then be 3. And if it's 3, then it becomes more odd, probably going back to the other side like before, so it should be G. And that is also correct. The first letter in I, which would then probably be... Yes, is it actually E, or are they being funny and it's actually an I? Of course, the first letter in I is E, but it's also potentially I, so which one is it? Let's assume that the game is not trolling us and that it's actually E, which would then mean that it's red in reverse order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's door number 5. And if it were door number 5, it would actually be the next odd number, which would actually be I. And that is correct. So it's a joke. So the correct order is A, E, G, I. And we are back in a huge corridor here. A single door. And faced with a battle with these iron wizards. I will use the dancing sword spell. Now it would be very handy at this particular point in time if we had the disintegration spell here with the second mage, but alas, we do not have that. We get another turn with Magic at the spell, and perhaps, yes, we managed to complete this. Difficult, but not impossible. So we are back in a room here. I assume that there are no other doors here, so this was an encounter that we would not have been able to get out of. This was one that we needed to have. And this is a huge room here at the end of the corridors. This in fact, absolutely enormous. And this door here is labeled Death's Doorway. That doesn't sound all that great. I don't think we can cast the power shield without being in combat, so we are somewhat limited by that. Now, in the central chamber, locked in a stasis field, lies the evil wizard Ibmuk. Okay. How do we get him out? What is the access code? We already have the access code. We know that it's left 23. So the left one is 23 and the right one is 46, and so we've unlocked that. This is why we read the walls, remember? Equilibrium is essential. You must free my counterpart Jacob and return to the jurors. Okay, so our task here is actually done. We've managed to complete this particular half of this particular quest. So we will now return the same way that we came in and attempt the next quest in this line, which is the other castle. I will take care of not accidentally running into the wrong door here. That would be fairly bad. I want to get out without being killed. But while trying this one out, we did visit a lot of squares. We are back here. So we face this way and we go 7 squares back. Have this fight with the druids here, which is easy enough. And then run back to Middlegate and save the game. We're halfway done with this quest. Let's see. Now we need to go on the on the other side of the island, and this would be the hiding place of the good wizard Jacob. Sorcerers only. This is essentially exactly the same maze here, potentially with different clues. Illumination, said this door. What does the clue say? It says this one's easy. Did we miss an earlier clue at the start here? This is not the same clue, so we will write this one down as well. More mental battles here for me with this cold, which is good. All that are odd are more, but even all that are even become less even. Okay. So for every odd number, it's a +1. And for every even number, it's a -2. Essentially. This one is easy, it says, so it's then 1. So it's then 2. That's correct, so the order is, start writing it down, it's 2. What does this clue say? Rhymes with door, which would then be 4. All that are even become less even, so it's 2, and so it's 2, and 2 again. And this, the 6 shakes 6 sheep. A 6 shakes 6th sheep. That's a tongue twister for you. I hope you like my accent. Let's see here. Let's assume that it's 6. And if it's 6, then it's 4. And that is correct. So the order so far is 2-2-4. That was a mistake. I accidentally ran through the door. So we'll try that one again. I already wrote it down. It's 2 and 2 again, and then 4. And what does this clue say? It says twice the first 2's double. And that was 2 and 2, and that's 8. So it should be 8, but if it's even, then it becomes less even, so it's 6. That does not appear to be correct. Let's try this one again. Now this one was supposedly 1. This one was supposedly 4. So I will write down that as well. But it's actually 2. And then it's 4. Now this one said twice the first 2's double. That is essentially 8, but it is not, in fact, 8. And it's not 6 either. We already tried 6. Now, it's not the original numbers either, because they would be 1 and 4, and if we double 1 and 4, we get I'm fairly sure this is supposed to be twice the first 2's double, so it's supposed to be 8. And I would have thought it was 6. So there's something I'm missing here. I'm going to try 8. It's not 8. We tried 6, we tried 8, and we successfully managed to run away, so we didn't get killed. But essentially that's not good for us. So this one is supposedly 1, and this one rhymes with door, so it's supposedly 4. The 6 shakes 6 sheep, this one is 4. We already figured that out. The other option is that it's 1 and 4 and multiplied by 2 and again, which If we were to add 1 and 4, we would get 5, and if we were to double that, we would get 10, and if we were to double that again, we would get 20. There are only 8 doors, so that would mean that we would actually be in door number 4. And judging by the rules, that would then be door number 2. It's just a guess. We will try it anyway. It's not correct, so we've now tried 8, 6, and 2, and none of these are correct. It's tempting to try 4, it's not 4, so it's not an even number. But we've tried 8, 6, 4, and 2. There's something I'm missing about this clue here. It's not 1. We basically tried now 1 and 2, 4, 6, and 8. Going to try 5 next. It's the only thing that occurs to me. It's not 5 either. So we've tried everything now except 3 and 7. So it's either 3 or 7. I can't see how it could possibly be 3, so I will try 7. That's the I'm probably wrong, and it's probably the last one that we try. It's not 7. It's also possible that there is an encounter behind every single door here, and that there isn't a door out of encounters. It's just that the encounter with the easiest matchup is the one that is correct. And that the game is laying us astray by having us try every single option, thinking that we don't understand it. It's entirely possible. This game is a masterful troll. But only 3 remains, and there is a monster behind 3 as well. So there is basically a monster behind every single door here. And that leads me to believe that our first guess is correct. And that it is indeed supposed to be 6. That the easiest barrel is behind the letter 6. So 2, 2, 4, 6. There is nothing here. 2, 2, 4, 6. So that was correct. Now, sides of a pentagram. A pentagram has 5 sides, right? I'm correct in assuming so. No. A pentagram has 10 sides. So that would potentially mean that it has... A pentagram is basically a 5-point star, so it must have 10 sides. So that would potentially mean that it should be 10, which would then make it 8, based on the logic in this game. And that is not correct. There are plenty of these boneheads here waiting for us. I'm gonna cast some magic on these fuckers, see if we can get rid of them before they kill every member of the party. I killed everyone except for the robber. That is less than great. We know it's not 8. If we assume that it's indeed 5 that we're talking about here, I'm gonna put that anyway, so I might as well try this. If the pentagram has 5 sides, and then the then it's a +1, which would make it's 2, 2, 4, 6, 6. Yeah, that is correct. The pentagram has 5 sides, so it's 2, 2, 4, 6. 6. We will quit and return. We got confused there by the pentagram. Of course, the pentagram only has 5 sides, even if it is a 5-point star. It's 2, 2, 4, 6, 6. Here is a clue. Almost a dozen. So that's probably 11, which means that it is a dozen. 2, 2, 4, 6, 6, 12. Now, here we are again. This is a very similar situation as before. I assume there is a second level to this, with a different set of hints and clues. No clues so far, nothing written on the wall. The alphabet is reversed, it says here. Similar clue as in the last castle here. No further clues down the line here. It's the end. So if the alphabet is reversed, then it's A. Now the question remains, if the alphabet is reversed, then this is 1, 2, and 3. And then potentially it is door 3 that we should be taking here. And if we follow the earlier rules in the game, all that is odd is more but even, so that would mean that it's door number 2. And in general, if this is 1 or this is 3, it doesn't really matter, because if it is either 1 or 3, then it should be even, so it's always going to be B. That is not correct. We managed to run away, so we will get another chance at this. We know it's not B, and that is interesting. Some clue we're not getting yet. 2, 2, 4, 6, 6, 12. There are 8 Amazon women here, and we already tried C and B, which means that it actually is A, but why is it A? It is indeed A. So, why is it A? It's the end, it says. So that would mean that it would then be C. It's hard for me to figure out why on earth this would be A. How unfortunate that we had this encounter here with the Gorgons. It was not on the plan here at all. Would very much have liked to gotten away from that. I simply entered the wrong door, and somehow we are still alive here. Through some sheer dumb luck again. This is a very difficult fight here with these Gorgons. Only 2 of them remain, and we actually managed to kill them off, which was lucky, to say the least, but still doesn't really solve the problem here. You and you, it says. Now U and U is a W, so if the alphabet is reversed... Okay, I get what they say with the alphabet being reversed now. So A is C, okay. So this would be a C, a Y, an X, and a W, so it would then be D. And if it's D, do we then consider it a 2 and consider the is this then a 4? I want to go back to the previous puzzle here. You know, this is correct here. It's C end. So does it not follow the numbering puzzles at all? So if it's C end, then it's simply A. This would be a W, so it's C, Y, X, W, so it should be D. Yeah. Doesn't involve the numbers. We aren't converting the letters into alphabet anymore, so it's A and D. See what the third one is. No, just U. Okay. Well, this is E, F, and G. So this would then be a V, a U, and a T. So it's potentially F. So it's A, D, F. The first on the right. This is definitely some sort of troll. So it's then the reverse. It's I instead of the more obvious E. Yeah, it is. So the code is ATFI. And we are back here. We again have this battle with the Iron Wizards here. This is really the only battle that we need to beat in the game. Going to cast the power shield here, which will help us sustain another attack, otherwise we would definitely die. We died anyway, so we will have to return. That's fine. We already know the code, so it's just a matter of walking to this battle again and doing it again. No one said this was supposed to be easy. We will go in and cast the light, and then we will walk up here and take the path that we've already written down here. So it's 2, 2, 4, 6, 6, 12. Followed by A, D, F, and I. Now let's kill some Iron Wizards. I will start by casting the the spells immediately, I think it's a better idea. Don't seem to really stand much of a chance if we use the shield spell. They simply do too much damage before we are ever able to use it. We can survive this way. Cast the light again, and we are again in an enormously large room here. Once again, I apologize for my voice. Yeah, the throat ache is making it slightly difficult for me to speak. In the central chamber, locked in a stasis field, lies the good wizard Jacob. And this is very similar to the last one. We know this combination as well. The good wizard Jacob is left 64 and right 32. And thank you for freeing Ipmak and me. Now you must return to the Juros. Okay. We will stroll back. We have completed this Sorcerer's quest, which is so far the most difficult in the game in terms of using our head, and perhaps less so in using brawn, which makes sense in the sense that the mage is reliant on intellect and not on brawn. So the class quests are take advantage of the strongest skill of the character themselves. We will now go pick up the rest of the party. I will reorder them here before returning them. Lancelot in front, and Sir Roland, followed by the hireling, which is not here, followed by William Tell, Friar Tucker, Pink Panther, Big Boutte, and finally Magic at the Spell. And I will also need to take the Dark Mage here, because I need to return all of the items that she has. I mean, these herbal patches and so on. This is not Sir Lancelot's ring. It might be the cleric's ring. Equip this here, equip this here, equip this here. Everyone is back to business. Now I will leave the Dark Mage here and go pick up the final hireling. I think we've reset the party here, so it looks pretty much in order. We could, of course, take the level 9 Sorcerer and level her up. We might do so when we return. I want to travel over to Tundra to pick up our hireling knight, so we can add him back to the party. And again, I will remove everyone to set them up in the correct order. It's fairly annoying to reorganize the party. You need to select a to and from, so it's basically like a bubble sort when you do it. So it takes far longer than it does to simply use this method. They're done here, and just going to verify that everyone has their rings, and I do. 40, 38, 44, 48, 39, 18, 34, and 36 are our armor classes. So we will head back over to Middle Gate here. And what I need to do now is I want to bring Sir Hiron here and leave him, because I want to take the Dark Mage with me to the Jurors of Mount Farview and fetch our experience points for completing the quest. We will have to use a teleport spell since Sir Hiron is not with us. Now, we've read this multiple times in the game already, but for all intents and purposes, every class needs to finish their particular quests. When they do, they are awarded 5 million experience points and the plus here next to their name. So we now have Lancelot has his plus, and everyone else does as well. So we finished all the class quests now, which is very good. Finally done with that. Teleport out of this mountain area here and return to Middle Gate, and I will level up the Sorcerer, and I will also level up the Hireling Sorcerer so that we can use her at a later stage in the game. We can level 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, so we're at level 21 with the Sorcerer. And the other Sorcerer will gain significantly more levels because the less leveled you are, the less experience you need. So she hiked up from level 9 all the way up to level 19. So we now have a Hireling Sorcerer that is level 19, so she's fairly powerful, but we will leave her here. She might come in handy at a later stage, and I will reorder the party now again. Sir Lancelot, Sir Roland, Sir Hiron, William Tell, Friar Tuck, Pink Panther, Big Boutte, Magic of the Spell. I will sell our loot now. There is some stuff here we need to sell. I'll sell these extra herbal patches. They don't really come in handy after we finish these quests. We very rarely use them, if at all. So I will go back here and save again, and then we will travel over to the palace. We've completed everything we need to do to be able to go visit Queen Lamada, and every character has a plus. See what we find here. A B scale mail +7. Make our way over to the palace here. No key, no admittance. We will fight the guards and gain admittance to the castle. It's easily done. And then we will head to the throne room. Pick up some food while we're here. Here's the joke of the day. Pork conventions on waterproof sponges. Weary Queen Lamata perks up. At last, the true and brave Triple Crown winners from your party. I bequeath a chosen one to save my father and our beloved crown. See Lord Peabody to change history. Return to continue. So We have now been given a quest. And Lord Peabody is in, as I remember, in Castle Pinehurst, so we will make our way over there right now. We will save this progress first. We don't have to do this again. And I will take a look at this B scale mail as well, see if we are whether this is something that we are interested in using. It can basically be used by anyone except a sorcerer. We already have an splint mail here and an splint mail here, and actually a very good one. It's potentially an scale mail we have here for the robber. The plate armor +3 here. I will see what the difference is here. I assume it's quite a bit. 44 to 31. And it's the wrong alignment, so it's not neutral. We'll simply sell it, as oftentimes these items are limited in the alignments that they can be worn by, so it's useless to carry this around if we can't use it. We'll trot over to Castle Pinehurst and have a little chat with Lord Peabody. His Wayback Machine. We know where that is situated within the castle. We've finished the ground floor of all of the castles and the palace. We have, however, not finished the dungeons in the castles. We've only finished level 1 of the Castle Woodhaven dungeon. We still have 7 levels of the dungeons to complete. There's some work to do there, but we have also now leveled up significantly. This one was labeled World. Not sure exactly where we are right now. We find ourselves in a difficult battle here. Which we win anyway. Now there are 2 of these fights here. I don't think we really need to have both of them. But it remains unclear to me exactly where it is that we're going. What we are really looking for here is Lord Peabody himself. We are not really interested in running around here. Right, that's old. And we all know all of this. Completed all of this. Let's see. The left and right door, they both lead to the same hall. Okay, we need a crusader in the party to accept this particular quest. And there is currently none in the party. We've used our skills for other purposes and to maximize the ability of each class, but we have a hireling that has the crusader skill, so we will simply go and fetch him so that we can take on the quest. I forget which one it is though, so I will go through them here one by one. No name is a crusader at a very low level. It's possible that the barbarian was actually a crusader. I'm gonna run to the inn over here, find the crusader. Where are we here? Over here, okay. See what hirelings are here. It's Firefly. He's a diplomat and a navigator. We don't really need him right now. Although we will at one point in the game need a navigator as to not get lost on the open sea. Many of these skills are basically one use. They're useful in one part of the game, and it's not particularly wise to waste them on the main characters in the party. Let's see. Now, Cleocatra is a crusader. But a very low level one. Thunder here is a crusader, but a very low level one as well. That leaves the town of Atlantium. That's the only town we haven't visited yet. Drogue is a crusader. We will add him to the party again. We will return him again, so we'll take Big Potay, the extra cleric, and put Drogue here instead, and leave the party as is. Now we'll return again with Drogue. What we could potentially do is if we find him to be we can go to C4 X0 Y15 and try to have him finish off the his class quest, but I think he's not at a high enough level, and it serves little point in the game at this point, so I don't think we'll do it. We'll go back to Pinehurst and take on the quest. We did level Drogue up quite a bit. He wasn't. He's one of the early hirelings that we found while we were examining the first town. So we have trained him up quite a bit, but it's been a while since we switched to a 2 cleric setup where we left Drogue behind. So. Lord Peabody needs some help. Will you offer your services? Yes, we will. Please return to me with my boy Sherman, and I will reward you. Now, how do we do that? I have no idea how we do that. Hmm. The time machine is here, and we can't use it right now because we need to find Sherman. Now we need to figure out, based on some clues and hints in the game, how it is that we find him. And we have plenty yet to explore in this game. But, we are making progress in these quests as well. So I have no doubt that at some point we will find Sherman. Now we will return Rogue and go over to Atlantium and pick up Big Boutte again. I'm now trying to leave as many of these hirelings in Middlegate as I can, so I don't constantly have to run between different towns to fetch the hirelings. So I'm trying to relocate all of them. There is none left now in here in Atlantium. Okay, one thing we could do now is that we haven't done so far, and what we could do to before we retire for the night is we could finish off the cavern here in Atlantium. We have not done so yet. We already completed all of the Triple Crown battles, so I already know how to solve that particular hint. We haven't finished this room here. This is a necromancer. We will raise the dead here. We will restore the damage later on. Nothing else in here. Last time we went down here, we were overmatched by a mile, and we were killed dozens of times. We can't use the Sunstone spell, so sort of limits our options. We don't have enough spell points to use the Dancing Sword spell, but we can use Disintegration. So and we can use Dancing Sword from here. I will remove quite a few of them. We are making okay progress here. I'm mostly managing to kill them here without any additional assistance. And they're dead. Now we found a potentially valuable item here, which is the True Axe +6, and if the Paladin can use it, that is potentially valuable to us. No, we cannot. Perhaps the Knight can use it. No, he cannot, so we'll sell it. It's for evil alignment only. So here is a hint: if time enough is spent in the elemental plane of air, square x1 y14 should be seen for encasement purposes. Yeah. The elemental encasement spells are found throughout the game. They are not available for purchase in the temples, and you do not learn them anywhere else. And they become available once we start visiting the planes themselves. And there are these hints to be found here and there, so there is a reason why I still check every door. Lots of lepers here and a single minor devil, so I will allow myself to use the dancing sword spell here first to get rid of some of them, and then I will use the deadly swarm spell here. They don't have a lot of resistance to magic, so although they have a good number of hit points, their resistance to magic is fairly low, so you can take them down using spells pretty easily. I don't know, 20 something of them left here. Quite a few of them are simply running away from us. Once we completed this cavern, we have completed every cavern in every town in the game, so that's one less thief, one less thing that we need to do. The thieves got away with some of our gems, which is less than great. Hoping that we will get at least some of them back. I'm going to use the dancing sword spell to take down the thieves here, so that they don't get a chance to take any more of our stuff. Really can't afford to be losing these gems at this point. We find some of the gems. Cleric has a lot of gems, so I will share them. We got attacked while we were having a little nap here. Rather annoying. I will cast a power cure spell here on the sorcerer and bring her back. We need her to be awake to continue And then I will use the Dancing Sword spell here on the Earthworm and the Assassin. I want to get rid of them. There goes the Earthworm and the Assassin as well. We managed to take them down. Harakiri and No Name can be found simply sitting around in the cavern under Volcania at X1 Y14. We know this already and we've already rescued them. This would have been useful information to us a lot earlier on in the game. Now, there is something going on here. Where are we exactly? We are in X0 Y14. A marble statue of a winged beast has a button protruding from its pedestal. Press it. We won't do so right now. We will return back here once we've gone upstairs and saved our progress, even if that means having to have this battle here again, which is unavoidable sometimes in this game. Lots and lots and lots of mad peasants here. Much to my dismay, they are not fun to deal with at all. I will cast the power shield here, which should guard us a little bit on the attack from the mad peasants. And at least mean that we won't immediately die. And we will use the power cure spell to bring our hit points back up as we need to. I will also use the Deadly Swarm spell to attack some of these, and I will use the Dancing Sword spell to take down some of these as well. There are now 21 of them left. They really are quite difficult. They without the power shield spell we would all be dead by now. But potentially we can take down the rest of them in this round. At least we will come very close to doing so. Yes, we finish them off here. Now we found something called an acidic sword +6. A potentially useful weapon for the night if we can use it. We can, so that's a good upgrade for the night. Brings us additional protection from acid, and we still have to go through and map the bogmire outside of Zanzibar, which is a large area filled with these acid-based beasts. So this will come in handy then. Now a huge portion of this that is simply not within our grasp. I will go upstairs now and get rid of some of the stuff that we found here. Potentially this fire shield is valuable to us as well. Let's take a quick counter at it. The friar here is wearing a fire shield +9, but the big potato has a silver shield +4. So essentially we can use this here. No, it's not the correct alignment, so I will return it and sell it here. I will sell it, and you will sign in here to save the progress that we made, and then go back downstairs. Try to use the teleport spell to get into this hidden area here. Now we're in here. Let's see what's waiting for us down here. The hidden area in the dungeon is actually significantly larger than the open one, so I assume there's quite a bit of encounters left here. We are in here. We have these fire fairies. They are highly annoying with their gem thefts. I'm going to verify that we get the gems back. If we don't, I will simply leave the game and come back. I'm not all that interested in... I think I will simply allow them to kill us off here, because I'm not interested in losing all of these gems to these thieves here. I would much rather just retry. The gems at this point in the game are a very valuable commodity. We need to use them to cast spells all the time, so being out of gems is absolutely terrible thing. Again, we got into a fight with the pixies, but they didn't manage to steal any gems this time around, so I will hit them with a disintegration spell, and then I will hit them with the dancing sword spell and try to take them down before they get another chance to hurt us. Down goes the pixie, and we still have all of our gems, so it's good. That just leaves these soldiers here, and I will simply beat the crap out of them. Find a huge amount of gold. Now, there's a hint here. Flailer and Fumbler have been taken captive and chained among many others at the Pearl Islands. Okay. We have not been there yet, so that is something for us to discover in the game. There's plenty of discovery left in the game. Game is really starting to get interesting now. We've finished most of the earlier level tasks in the game, and we should be mostly done with the grinding work. So the remainder of the game should mostly be now focused on exploration and finishing the quests. There's another significantly large hidden area here, which probably has an entrance somewhere. We'll attempt to find it. Probably walk directly into an encounter. Seems very likely. Here we are. Lots and lots of these woodsmen here. We will. And I added some friends as well. And we survive pretty easily. An old rotting wooden statue appears unstable. A small but sturdy button extends from its nose. Press it. Okay, we are now in X3, Y3. Won't press it for now, I'll write down the location. This is the second button like this that we find in the game. Here in this dungeon, there's obviously some task that we need to complete here. Go on the other side here and map the other side as well. Seemingly this is a fairly large area here that is hidden to us. This is a pretty large block. I will enter it with a teleport spell. It's really too large for me to walk all the way past. Here's another one of these statues. It's in X5, Y1. Metallic statue of an Atlantian deity stares at you intensely. Touch it. Not for now. We'll finish exploring the level first before taking on the mystical items. Here is another one of these barrels. The court jester is perhaps the most difficult one here. He's the advanced version of the juggler that we know sadly very well. The juggler is a massive pain in the ass in the early stages of the game, and what he does is reorder the party, making it extremely difficult for us to continue fighting. And however, the rest of the monsters here, the vampiric rats, they are very easy. So it's a huge number of them here, so they will take a while to beat down, but we are in no particular danger. It's simply a matter of just pressing the quick fight button until we're done with them. At least they are not running away, so we will gain most of the experience for beating them down. To keep an eye on Big Boutte, he is running out of hit points. So we will need to heal him now to get him back. He still has a fairly low armor class. And of course he's not supposed to be there in the party. The court jester rearranged the order of the party members. It's one of the things that he does, as well as the juggler. So They're not in the correct position. We are slowly getting the job done here. There are now 46 of them left. We might need to... it's likely that we need to heal them again now. 2 party members here at the front. They need a little healing before finishing this off. And then we will simply finish off by quick fighting. There are only 40 of them left now. Done 3/4 of the total. So many rats, it's basically a family of rats here. And that they are 30,000 experience points are ours. And the party is back into the correct order again. So we can get out of this little square here and return outside. There's more to be found here. The encounters so far down here have been few, but fairly difficult. No really easy fights. It's buy a key from a locksmith and win a barrel of the same color in each forum. Go then to the castles and find the bishop of that key's color barrel. Yes, we've done this. We've completed this for every color bishop, the green, yellow, red and black bishop. We've rescued all of them already. Now here again is another decently large part that is secret that we need to explore. Maybe now about halfway done. Here's another of these statues at X14Y5. Every time you look at this statue, it appears to be moving. Touch it. Not just now. It will probably go up and save again before we attempt any of that. I want to keep the progress that we made here, mapping this. A bunch of soldiers and these court mages here will get rid of them using spells. The soldiers won't really pose much of a problem. They will simply just either run away or die instantly. So 11,000 experience points are ours. We're finished with this little square here. Now this one is labeled Dead End and Death. Certainly sounds intriguing. should perhaps go back upstairs and save our progress before going for the dead end and the death. It doesn't bode well for us. It's better to be safe than sorry in this case. When it comes time to use these various statues here, we will simply just teleport directly to the locations themselves. No particular need to have any of these battles again. Now, this one is decently difficult. I got rid of the vampire. The vampire is fairly annoying. Has energy bolts. Demon Soldier is still here, and we definitely want to get rid of him as well. And he's down, so the rest is easy enough. Let's see. We will try to take care of the slasher here first. And then focus on the court mages directly after that. It's not great to have them here. Now I know what they meant by dead ends. Basically, it's probably a combination of endless dead ends, and each one has an encounter to be found. Now, I think the wise thing now is to cast a power shield spell to reduce the damage by the Demon Soldier. I think that's wise. And even to give ourselves the holy bonus, because they have a lot of hit points. And then use a combination of magic and melee attacks to take them down. A few of them are not that difficult, but in these numbers, this is a lot of demon soldiers. So. Fortunate for us that we had enough spell points for both the shield and 2 rounds of the dancing sword that did a great deal of damage. So now only 8 of them remain. Good reduction. We are slowly losing all of our hit points, but their numbers are dwindling here quickly. There are only 4 of them left now, and might have enough. No, we don't have enough for see, yes, 38,250 experience points that we get here for finishing this off. We find some almost 300,000+ gold. A significant find here. And here is another dead end and another fight. We're dealing with some warlocks here. They look very difficult. I will see if they like the disintegration spell. They are not affected by it at all. We're in for a real fight here now. I will run away and we will go and heal. And sell some of our loot. Return again and have this fight again. This one was at least very difficult, the first truly difficult one we've had for a while. Let's see. I will simply teleport almost directly to this spot. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares forward here. And face this one again. Now this one is far easier. Much easier. There's a thief here at the top, and you would simply take him down. And then it's just a bunch of the usual suspects. Oh, the thug leader is proving very difficult. We probably should have given this a slightly more thought. We will try it again. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Mounted patrols, 21 of them. They will add friends, obviously. More of them arrive here. Most of these battles seem nearly impossible without a high degree of magic. You need to be able to cast spells such as the Dancing Sword to really be able to take these down. They have a ton of hit points, and they usually also the numbers, they have huge numbers. There was some total of 30 something of them here. But we finished this one off, being just a little bit patient, and we continue onwards here. We know for a fact that all of the dead ends are encounters, so There are quite a few of them left, it would seem. Here is certainly one. Leprechauns and some of these thug leaders. I will use the that was not what I meant to do. I meant to pause the disintegration spell. I wanted to take a look at these thug leaders here. We did a real number on us last time. William Tell is dead. Seems that the thug leader, really what he does is he seems to be able to just kill you in a single blow, which is less than great. I will cast a power cure on William Tell as well. He's pretty close to actually dying. And use the disintegration spell to take down some more of these thug leaders here. And I should have another go at a dancing sword spell, which will weaken them at least, if not kill them. They are certainly dangerous. They take an enormous amount of hits. Must have taken down some almost 300 plus hit points now for all of them, and they're still very much alive. Now they're going down one by one. And we survive. Gain 20,000 experience points. And find a decent amount of treasure. This is not a dead end, but this one is. So this is yet another encounter. Okay, this needs to be taken in a certain order, but it's not terribly difficult. The Grave Walkers, we need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of the Holy Men and the Iron Wizards as well. We'll see how much that just leaves the minor demons. And, they, luckily for us, are difficult but not impossible. So it is somewhat tempting at this point to go back. These are very difficult battles, and we might get unlucky at any stage and actually lose one of them. So that would be, as they say, unfortunate. Let's directly near to the exit here. Let's go back up. Sell some of this stuff here. Seems that we got badly robbed downstairs. We've lost a significant amount of gold. At some point. We had almost 750,000 plus, and we have nowhere near that now. But in reality, I really can't be bothered restoring our save for that and going through all of these battles again. It's fairly easy to farm money in this game, and we don't really need to. There is nothing to be gained by doing so. I will shoot the burglar, and that leaves the foot soldiers and the soldiers. I will cast a single dancing sword here, and then we will fight the rest using the quick fight. There's another encounter right here. Now we have 23 of these demon soldiers. Less than great. Let's this time around I will use the shield, the power shield. To reduce the damage that they can do, and use the deadly swarm spell for all 3 of the clerical casters to at least remove as many hit points as we can from as many of these as we can to get them down. I will also use the dancing sword spell. We have to fairly important to reduce their numbers as much as we possibly can, as quickly as we can, before they kill every one of us. I have a lot of hit points. It's a huge number that I have. There's still 17 of them left, and we just lost a party member. I will cure Sir Lancelot here, and I will raise Sir Roland from the dead before casting the shooting one of them again here. And I don't know if I have enough for a lightning bolt spell. Yes, I do. There are still 13 of them dead here. We lost Sir Roland again. This is increasingly difficult here. Question remains, should we focus on the deadly swarm to do our best to take more of them down? We are in a fairly bad situation right now. We are very close to dying. Yeah, we are not having a lot of luck bringing them down. There are still 10 of them left. Seems like an enormous amount right now. There are 4 party members still left standing. That is less than great. Eight of them we end up losing. And this is why we save. Now these battles are obviously partially random, because these are not the same monsters that we fought here earlier, and this battle was not difficult at all. So open the box and cast the light again, and go through this one again, which was difficult and remains so, it would seem. 2 of these white knights. And we survive very easily. This is such a massive maze here. It's very... Okay, this is yet another location with one of these items here in the cavern. We are at extra level by 15. It says a statue of a renowned scholar kneels with a book in hand. Read pages. Not right now. We have still to complete all of these statue quests here, figure out what it is exactly that all of these statues do. This is obviously an encounter. Swamp dogs, werewolf, jugglers, these are all known foes, as they say. The swamp dog won't be a problem. He's afraid of us. He will run away. It's easy enough. Finished mapping these squares here, so there are only a few of these left, it seems. In fact, probably only one of them actually left. That's this one. Troubadours, rapid rodents, and some soldiers. The troubadours are fairly difficult to deal with. They take a lot of hits. The soldiers will probably all mostly just run away from us. We managed to complete this all very easily here. Okay, so we are done with the dungeon itself. We completed all of these encounters. We were here, and what is tempting now is to go back and save this progress that we've made here. To go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares down. And we'll go upstairs and sell our loot and save the progress that we've made so far. And then we will go downstairs and try our luck pressing all of these different buttons and statues that we found so far. The first one of these was in X0Y14. So we are in X0Y8 So we will travel 6 squares up. Yes. We get teleported to where? This might be a random location, and it might also be some location that makes sense. So I will write down exactly where we went. We are now in A3. On a small island here. It's interesting. We will use the town portal spell to get back to Atlantium. Where are we? We are here, and I will save the progress of having pushed this particular statue. I will go there again and verify whether we'll end up in the same location or whether it's just random. Might well be random. No, this is always at least the same location, so that's interesting. Quit, and we'll go back to the save. Okay, so I'm fairly sure that these statues then all teleport us to different locations on the map. But we need to press all of them to find out. So this was the first one. So then there's X3, Y3. Need to go 5 squares downwards. Yes. Oh, this is an encounter. Two of these insect plagues and plenty of the killer canines. The killer canines are difficult. We've dealt with them many times before. There's a thug leader and lots of these crazed natives as well. This is all well and fun here. We won't make it out of this one alive, I think. We will try this one again. We would have needed to be able to cast a shield before going into this battle. We got a little bit unlucky with the order, so we'll try this one again. Yes, a much different fight actually. Try to get rid of these fire devils here first. They are difficult to deal with. So this was an encounter. That's 2 out of the way. And there's X5, Y1. This is also an encounter with these killer cadavers, swamp beasts, and the warrior maidens. That's less than fun. They all get to go first. How nice of them. Try to restore some of our hit points here. I will try the dancing sword spell. At least did some damage. We survive here. Took a lot of damage, however. Let's see. That's out of the way. Then there's X14, Y5. Line, go 9 squares forward. And 4 up. Yes. And this is another teleport, and this time to 11-2. It's possible that it's random as well. We'll end up in a random location, it doesn't really matter. That leaves one of these locations, X11, Y15. We need to go all the way up there. So if we go 9 now, we end up in 13. Let's go there. And we need to have an encounter to finish this one off. A statue of a renowned scholar kneels with a book in hand. Yes. After reading the pages, you are enlightened. Okay. I'm trying to wonder what that has actually done for us. In what sense are we enlightened? We will rest here and okay. We definitely gained something here. We most definitely gained something here. Yes, we did. We've gained 10 plus intellect for every character, which has raised our spell points for the sorcerers considerably. The archer in particular gained some 50 spell points, and that's hugely powerful for us. Now, the teleport that we had earlier in X0Y14, that is potentially useful because they told us earlier that Flayer and Fumbler have been taken captured and chained at the Pearl Islands, and it somehow seems likely that that is exactly where we are being taken by this teleport, so perhaps we are now in the Pearl Islands. I will walk the yes, single jouster here. Unkillable it seems. Perhaps this is an island here. Does not really look like one, but it might be anyway. It's hard to say exactly why we are being teleported to exactly that location. Now, there is an island out there, so let's cast the Walk on Water spell. Squirming prisoners are staked to the ground. Free them, yes. 3 white knights. They are mostly immune to magic, but not to the highest level spells. We beat them fairly easily. Okay, so Flailer and Fumbler, they are freed. Can cross that off the list of tasks here. And we've completed and can cross off every one of the different statues here. We know exactly what they did. Now, what I'm trying to remember right now is whether one of the parties that we were meant to rescue for our good friend Lord Peabody was one of these people that we just rescued from this island. It's possible. Let's head back to Middlegate and leave Big Potato here, and I drove the barbarian, the crusader, to the party. Let's go visit Lord Peabody again. I should write down the name of the character that we are going to save, at least, because there is no way I will remember it. I will force my way in. Yes, again. They should give me the key by now. I've fought enough of these battles. Now we will find our way to the palace here. Sherman was his name. That was not Sherman at all. So I assume these were hirelings that we just found. They are most likely to actually be in Atlantium, so Go there. And sell the loot that we have here. And save our position here. And then check. They're not here in any case. It's difficult to say whether they are actually hirelings or whether they are not. They're not here either. Go to the second town. Not here. They're not here. They're not here. Okay. So I'm unsure as to how exactly this ties to the rest of the game. We will probably figure that out at a later date. I think we've done enough for tonight. Let's head over to Middlegate. I might visit the would like a good idea to stock up on food here. Put Rogue back here and bring Big Potato back to the clan. Change his position here and check our training status. Prior Tuck just completed training. So did the Pink Panther. The rest are not far off. How much do we need here? 66,000. Okay. We won't do any grinding this time around, but we are close. I will do now is I'm fairly sure that we have not taken Magic of the Spell to learn the final spells in the Sorcerer spellbook. So I will take her over to Atlantium now and visit the guild and have her learn the spells. We already did so for the cleric, since we finished the cleric's class quest before we finished the sorcerers. So he's already been here and finished that part, but the mage has not. Where is the guild in this lovely town? This is the jail. Don't want to go to jail. This is the key shop. This is the Colosseum. Huge part here in the middle. It must be down there somewhere. The Olympic Trial, Odyssey's Tank. Here are the two portals. The Sorcerer and the Clerics, and everything related to it is here. Here it is. Now we can learn 9-1 and 9-2 here. Implosion and Inferno, and we need to find the others by searching on the outside. We've pretty much gained the last spell levels in the game. I will share the gold. How much we have? 450,000, 15,000 roughly per character of gold. We lost a considerable amount of gold in this run. So I think we are done here. So going to make a quick check, see if anybody is on. Panda is playing Bard's Tale, the trilogy. Let's head over to his channel. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for coming, guys, and good night.